Where's Bella's body now? Bella's at the hospital. Okay. I thought it was still out there. The crime scene.
Did you think that she died?
Yeah.
She is alive.
Okay.
And were you hoping that she was going to die when you guys ran off? Were you hoping she was going to die and so you could see Slender? Was that the whole
Part of me kind of wanted this to fail, but the other part of me wanted her to die.
These two 12-year-olds are Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier, interrogated after a botched attempt to stab their friend. And while both were responsible for the luring and the killing, only one was remorseful and teary-eyed, while the other was cold as ice. This is the infamous case of the Slenderman stabbing.
I shouldn't be alive. I really shouldn't after what happened.
I'm a detective here at the Waukesha Police Department. Okay. And something happened to me with, looks like two of your friends. And so I gotta talk to you about that for a little bit.
Okay.
So I got some questions for you today.
This is Morgan Geyser. She and her partner in crime, Anissa Weier, were picked up near Interstate 94 at Steinhall's furniture store. This was just miles from David's Park, where the two lured their friend, Peyton Lautner, or Bella, into a game of hide-and-seek, pinned her down, and stabbed her repeatedly. The two fled the scene hastily, and poor Lautner limped long enough to catch the attention of a cyclist, who immediately called 911.
Hi, sir. So, are you with this 12-year-old female?
Yeah, she said she's having trouble breathing. She said she was stabbed multiple times.
Stabbed multiple times?
Yeah.
Okay, sir, are you with her right now?
Yes.
Is she awake?
She's awake.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing. She said she can take shallow breaths. She's alert.
Okay, stay with her. We're sending the police department. Don't hang up, okay? Hold on just a minute. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on just a minute, sir. We're sending officers. Is there any assailant around?
I didn't even look. I don't see anybody.
It's a dead end. Okay, stay right with her, sir. Is she on the ground or is she standing up?
No, she's laying on the grass.
Laying on the grass. Stay right with her. Just let me know if she is remaining conscious or not, okay?
Okay.
Is there any bleeding going on?
Her clothing has got blood on it.
Where are the wounds? Did you see where the wounds are?
No, I don't know if I should be rolling her over and checking or not. Do you know where?
Okay, just stay with her and just let me know if she's conscious or alert or stops breathing or anything. Hold on, I'm going to talk to the ambulance. Police are also en route.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Just keep her in that position. Just let me know on her breathing.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
My name?
Your name.
My name, Greg Steinberg.
Greg. Okay, were you just passing through?
Yes.
Okay, and you found her and she was just laying there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you see any active bleeding or blood spurting out or anything like that?
No, unless it's underneath her. I just see just dried blood.
Okay, just dried blood. Okay.
Luckily, Lautner survived and told the detectives who the stabbers were. And just 5 hours after the incident, the two were caught and interrogated. Now, the first thing you may have noticed is that there's no parent or guardian present in either of the interrogations. This is actually a violation of their rights, but in Weier's interrogation, she was informed that her parents gave consent to interrogating her alone. There was no such mention in Geyser's interrogation, so to smoothen things out, the detective starts with basic questions as a way to understand whether he has sat down with a case of attempted manslaughter or attempted murder.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
12. So you just had a birthday not too long ago? What'd you do for your birthday?
Mommy and I had sushi and cupcakes and Daddy.
That's funny, my daughter just had her 11th birthday and we had sushi for her birthday too. You're a year older than her though, but her birthday was last week too. Pretty close in age. It's funny that you guys both like sushi. So did you guys get presents for your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get?
Tickets to a Star Trek convention.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
When is it coming up or?
It's soon.
Do you like Star Trek?
Yeah.
When's your last day of school coming up?
I don't know. I'm not excited though because I like school.
While she claims to have liked school, the reports speak otherwise. According to the legal documents of this case, her teachers described Morgan as a loner and an odd kid. Her friends thought she was weird, and her instructors thought that she was just quote-unquote acting bizarre to gain attention. Now, while this was the initial perception, it grew to be true as the school years went on. One time, she chased after other kids and barked at them. In one other incident, she would run away from the kids and yell, "Snape!" the fictional character from the Harry Potter series. Soon enough, she made the switch from fictional fantasy movies to dark and scary websites, one of which was the influence behind the stabbing. It was a site called the Creepypasta Wiki, but we'll get into more details about that later. As a loner possessing a dark side, she had only one friend, her best friend, which was Peyton Lautner. They had been friends since the 4th grade, and unlike the other kids, Lautner wouldn't mind her sitting alone and weird behavior. But Lautner would soon suffer from this friendship as soon as Geyser met Anissa Weier.
What's up with Anissa Lake, Bella?
I can't really tell who Anissa likes and doesn't like.
So you think she dislikes Bella?
Probably, yeah. She always calls her, I don't want to say it.
Who?
She always calls her a bitch.
Why?
I don't know. Because she's being one? I'm just assuming. I don't really know what the definition is.
So do you like Bella pretty much? Have you ever been mad at her?
She was my only friend for a long time. Because
Why would you hurt your only friend?
it was necessary.
What do you mean necessary?
I don't know.
Somebody told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Does Anissa have any other friends?
Mm-hmm. I hate her other friends.
Who are her other friends?
Caitlin's nice. There's this girl named Frankie, and she seems to hate me. And there's this girl, and I don't know her name.
So Frankie's the one that doesn't like you?
Frankie doesn't like me. She said I was creepy. All I do is smile.
Morgan says it was necessary, but doesn't hint why. Because of her absolute empathetic responses, the detective starts to assess her alertness and orientation by asking general knowledge questions. This will help assess whether she is well within her mind saying these things or not.
The president is right now?
What?
Do you know who the president of the United States is?
Yes.
Who's that?
Barack Obama.
What do you remember seeing in the news that's going on lately?
Gross things.
What's gross things?
Kidnapping children and not doing things to them.
Remember which time or specific incident?
Not really. I don't really pay much attention, but it's all gross.
Do you know where you're at right now?
What?
Do you know where you are right now?
Not really.
Where do you think you are?
At a police station.
Geyser seems to be exhibiting an inability to display emotions, a behavior associated with schizophrenia called flat affect. Because of this, she seems emotionally disconnected from her environment and can't fully communicate her emotions. So let's take a pause here and jump towards Anissa Weier's interrogation to see how she's holding up.
All right, found you some water. Are you doing okay? Are you warm enough in here? It gets kind of chilly because of the concrete and the marble and stuff. Would you like a blanket? I can give you a blanket. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Do you need anything to eat? Okay. You sure? Okay. Maybe as you kind of relax a little bit, you might find that you're starting to get hungry. But try to drink some water, okay? And I'll be right back with you, okay?
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I just wanted to know how far I walked, because I'm usually not very athletic, and just want to know. I'm trying to think of someplace close to where I live. You know the Kmart that closed down in Waukesha?
Off of Sunset? I do. Mm-hmm.
I walked from there. Morgan and I walked from found us close to there, the marshy area, all the way to Steinhoffel's, to where the sheriff found us.
Okay.
Do you know how far that would be?
Is that, the Steinhoffel's, like, by the car dealerships, by, like, Fleet Farm? That's Steinhoffel's? I'm not positive which Steinhoffel's it was.
I remember, a sign saying, like, it was a freeway, and then it was to, like, Sussex and Chantix, and then an arrow pointing up, and then another one, it said Milwaukee, and then an arrow pointing this way.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm not real certain. I think, why don't I just try to get some specifics as to where, because I honestly don't know where the deputies found you, and I'm being 100% honest with you. And this whole time that I'm going to be talking today, I'm going to be very honest, and I'm not sharing any tricks or anything, okay? I can see that you're upset, and, but I will try to find out that information for you. Do you have a wrist, a bracelet on?
I have two.
Can I have you take those off?
I made that one, and then my friend Kelly gave me this one.
Oh, they're neat. My nieces and nephews made me the rubber band one. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I will be right back with you, okay? Just give me a couple minutes. Okay.
This is about Morgan. She can be a little jumpy and like get off task and look around and forget what she's saying in the middle of a sentence a lot.
Okay.
Because, like, she says she hears voices too. But I just wanted to tell you.
So we're aware of that? Maybe not. Okay. Put off by that then? Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back.
Now, while her partner in crime, Morgan Geyser, felt no empathy, you can see that Weier felt guilty. Now, while that doesn't exonerate her from being an accessory, it does assure the detective that she will confess to the crime quite easily. In just the first 3 minutes, she's confessed about how Geyser hears voices inside her head. So, after a little break, she should be able to confess about the intent of the crime.
Okay, thanks for waiting. I just want to let you know that it's 3:45. Sometimes it's hard to know what the time is and kind of lose track. Do you want to come on over by the table here?
Sure. Should I move the chair over too?
Yeah, you can slide the chair over. It's fine. That's okay. It's loud in here, right? Echoes?
Yeah.
So I need to know the story as to what happened today, because it's been quite a day, you know, and even stuff that happened, you know, yesterday. And I kind of know bits and pieces, but I don't know the full-on truth. And the only people that know, you know, really what happened are people that were in the place where it happened, okay? Your parents know that you're here talking to me, okay? And I'm glad they're so glad that you're safe. We were scared for you guys, okay? And before I find out the truth from you, before I find out what the real story is of what happened today, I need to read you your rights, your Miranda rights. Have you ever heard of that before? Have you ever seen a show where sometimes on TV they read people their rights, like cop shows and stuff like that?
Okay. Like when somebody gets arrested, they say, so you're under arrest for that.
Right. And then they read them their constitutional rights. Okay. So I'm going to read those rights to you. Okay. And the main point is here, I still don't know what happened, and I don't know who did what, and I need to know that today. Okay. Because you know some serious stuff happened today, and I need to know. Okay. But I can't ask you any of those questions until I read you your rights. Okay.
Notice the detective's composed tone, empathy towards Weier, and ability to calm Weier down. In such an intense moment where Weier fears confessing and worries about what Geyser would do, the detective ensures her that everything will be all right, even though it won't. And we're pretty sure that the detectives have some idea about what happened. When they were apprehended, the knife they used to kill was still in the bag, so the detectives have a good idea of what this is about. Right now, there's no ambiguity here that she didn't understand her rights, so we'll skip that part. But just to suffice, she has the right to remain silent. If she chooses to give up that right, anything she can say right now can be used against her in court. She has the right to consult with an attorney and have an attorney present during any question.
In understanding these above rights, are you willing to speak with me and tell me what happened today? Is that a yes?
The silly thing about this was I didn't know I was in danger until after Morgan stabbed Peyton, or Bella, as people call her.
They call her Bella?
Uh-huh.
You go to school, Peyton?
Yes,
Bella? Okay. So, can we start from the beginning? So you guys, this was a birthday party, right? Or, okay, kind of tell me what happened.
So, there's this website called the Creepypasta Wiki.
Okay.
It's full of like horror stories that are meant to purposely scare you through like online literature and all that.
Okay.
And there's one of them called Slenderman. It's like really Slenderman. It's Slenderman.
Oh, Slenderman. Skinny guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has these proxies or servants, as people call them.
Okay.
Masky and hoodie. And Morgan said, "Hey, Anissa, we should be proxies." I was like, "Okay, how would we do that?" And that was around end of December, beginning of January.
Okay. And a proxy again, what is a proxy?
It's like a servant or like an apprentice.
Okay, and they're a servant of who?
The whichever they kind of don't have a choice. Slender's like the really big he's like the head of it all supposedly.
Okay, so Slender's the big guy.
Yeah.
The top guy. And the proxies are his puppets.
Yes, that's how people put them puppets.
Oh, okay. Well, I never even heard of this before. Okay. And it's called Creepypasta Wiki?
Yes, ma'am.
Like W-I-K-I?
Yes.
Okay.
You can find it online.
Sure.
Search something like I Love Jack, which is another killer. There are killers and proxies. Proxies are apprentices to killers, and killers are either by themselves or have proxies.
And the killers have the proxies do it for them?
No.
It's either killers or proxies.
Well, yeah. I don't know that much about proxies and all that.
Okay.
I just know what the internet has told me.
Okay. So the internet has told you that the Slender, is there just one?
Yes.
Okay. So Slender has a bunch of proxies, a bunch of puppets.
Yes.
And amongst these puppets, there are also killers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So proxies or puppets and killers are not the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Like on a triangle chart, Slender would be up here.
Okay.
There'd be like killers and then proxies.
Okay, so killers outrank the proxies.
Yeah. And then there's another creepypasta that's supposed to be really powerful. It's like Zalgo or something. It's supposedly a demon with 7 mouths that speak in 6 different tongues, but the 7th mouth doesn't speak until the world is about to end or something. That's what the wiki told me.
Okay, so wiki meaning the encyclopedia on the web, right?
And people can create their own short horror stories and all that.
Creepypasta Wiki hosts thousands of horror stories published by users in genres which include paranormal stories, made-up fictional horror characters, and more. Creepypastas are also images that have been copied and pasted all around the internet, including, yours truly, the Slenderman, who, according to the site, is extremely long with slender arms and legs. This isn't some character made out of thin air. Some sources have rooted Slenderman down to Egyptian hieroglyphics, German woodcuts, and even Romanian mythology. But whether Slenderman should be the reason for two girls to slash their friend is still questionable. At the time, the forum did not have an age limit or warning about reading on such topics without parental guidance. And it still doesn't. This means that more impressionable and mentally unstable readers can get inspired, just like poor Weier and Geyser.
Okay, that'd be kind of fun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So back in December, January, Morgan told you like, hey, we should be proxies, type thing.
Yeah.
And said what? Like,
I said, okay, how would we do that? And she said, we have to kill Bella.
okay. Okay. And do you know why she said that? Like, why she said that?
Because we had to supposedly prove ourselves worthy to Slender.
Is she really into the creepypasta? Is she like?
Yeah.
So you said, okay, well, how do we do that? And she said, well, we have to kill Bella, meaning Peyton.
Yes. People call her Bella.
Okay. Why is that?
Because in like kindergarten or something, there were two Peytons. So the Peyton that we were talking about said, just call me Bella. It's my middle name. She went by that ever since.
Okay. And so she said, well, we have to kill Bella to prove ourselves to the Slender.
Yes.
And what did you think of this when she was telling you?
I was surprised, but like also kind of excited because I wanted proof that he existed because there were a bunch of skeptics out there saying that he didn't exist. And then there's a bunch of photos online and sources online saying that they did see him.
Okay. So a lot of people believe that Slender actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of talk about this on the internet, I bet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you at first thought.
At first I was kind of surprised and didn't want to do it, but later I didn't want to leave Morgan all by herself out here because who knows how many creeps are out here. So I decided to go along, tag along, so I said let it be. To prove skeptics wrong.
Okay. So did you think that you actually had to kill somebody to do it?
Yeah.
Like for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's another killer called Jeff the Killer on the Creepypasta Wiki, but he is actually a real person, Jeffrey Woods. He supposedly murdered his whole family, so we're there, found that out, and we're just like, okay, so we know at least Jeff is real.
Okay.
So we got our hopes up and thought that everybody else was real.
Okay. And then Jeff is called what online?
Jeff the Killer. And supposedly he went insane, so he burned off his eyelids and took a butcher knife and cut a big smile into his face. And his supposedly long black hair about down to here, and ice blue eyes. That's what the wiki said also.
And he killed a bunch of people?
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly where the parental guidance thing would have come in handy. The only reason she thought that Slenderman existed was because of this other guy, Jeffrey Woods, who claimed to have killed his family. Truth is, though, that even Jeff the Killer is a fictional character. And the name Jeffrey Woods that she mentioned? According to the site, he was a 13-year-old boy who cared deeply for his family, but after a tragic accident, he became a murderous, dangerous, and ruthless serial killer. Everything on the Creepypasta Wiki forum has the word fiction on it, but for some reason that word slipped right past Weier.
So he's considered a slender.
No, he's considered a killer.
He's considered a killer. Okay. Hence just a killer.
Yep.
And he's known to exist. News reports say that he exists.
If you go on Google Images and search Jeffrey Wood's news article, a bunch of news articles will come up, and then there'll be a picture of, a 17-year-old boy with, who kind of looks like me, but it was a black and white picture, and he had kind of the same hair as me also.
Okay. Did you cut your hair to make it look like him?
No.
No.
It was just coincidence.
And so you guys knew that Jeff the killer, an actual killer in this triangle, exists. So you thought it would be exciting to find out, hey, if we can be a proxy and prove and do this, kill Bella, then we know that Slender exists.
If we saw him, actually, we think we see him sometimes.
Okay.
Like when we were walking up to where we were going, we saw him, I saw him out of the corner of my eye on this side.
Okay.
And then Morgan said she heard a twig crack when no one was moving.
So today, after everything happened with Bella, when you guys were walking, you thought you saw Slender as you were walking?
This was after Morgan stabbed her.
Okay. So you thought that possibly you would see Slender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you think that you guys killed Morgan? Bella?
Yeah. But first Morgan said I should do it, and that she didn't know what to do. So I handed her the knife that she brought with, and said, "You do it. I'm too squeamish." And she got the knife from her house. We asked her mom if we could play it outside at the park, and her mom said, "Sure." So we played at the park, and then I said, "Hey, why don't we go take a long walk?" So we walked, and then there was this grove of trees that we went into, and then we were trying to play hide and seek in the trees to distract her. So Morgan and I were also debating who does the deed, and at first it was me, but like I said, I was too squeamish and said, "No, you do it." So Morgan said, "Whenever you want." So I finally just had enough and said it now, because I was starting to get a little freaked out. And then Morgan jumped on top of Bella and started stabbing her repeatedly, and that's when I turned around because I couldn't stand to see that.
Okay.
And then the whole time Peyton was screaming in agony, saying stuff like, "I hate you guys, I'll never forgive you, and I trusted you. Still, and sorry." So we told her we were gonna get help, but we really weren't. We were gonna run and let her pass away. So we ran. And we ran through this marshy, woody area. And then we crossed the street that we went to another wooded area where we saw a campsite or something. And then that's also where we found the bug spray too. That was in Morgan's bag.
Okay.
So we were walking. We went to Walmart, and refilled our water bottles. And then we left, and then Morgan forgot her gloves in Walmart. So the whole time she was saying, I wish I had my gloves. And then,
Which Walmart was that?
it was the Mega Walmart down by Prairie Elementary School. I don't.
Oh, the big one? Right by the highway there?
Yeah. Whenever it rains really hard, the part where cars have to drive in all the time.
Right, okay.
I don't know street names very well.
So Morgan forgot, what kind of gloves did she have?
They were black lace ones. They went down to about here, and then they had like this hole, and they were black and lace. She had two of them, but she forgot them in the bathroom.
So the fingers are visible? Like it just starts right here, right? And it just
And then there's a stub hole.
Right.
Like I said, it was lace, so you could see your hand through it.
And she forgot those in the bathroom?
And then after that, we started walking in one direction, and we were walking for like an hour, and then I complained about being hot. And this was close to a cemetery. And so we sat, and I drank some water, and then we started up again. Then we just kept walking, and then I forget where, but I think we kept walking for a while until one time, walking in a straight line until Morgan said this way, because we were in downtown Waukesha by then. And yeah, we walked all the way downtown. We walked this whole time.
So you walked from Morgan's house to Walmart.
And then
That's by Highway 59, by that highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that busy road. So you went from Morgan's to Walmart, left Walmart, and then you started walking.
When we found the cemetery, that's it. And I think it was close to Prairie Avenue or something, because by the gate it said, please go through Prairie Ave entrance.
Okay. Is that a railroad tracks right there?
Yes, there is.
According to the site, proxies are the Slenderman's only human connection to the outside world, and they do the physical work for Slenderman. Whether it is creating and manipulating objects, destroying or leaving evidence, creating demonic videos, etc., they're all the tasks for proxies. While there are many rituals and ways to become a proxy, there are some known and unconfirmed proxies out there doing the deed and carrying on the evil name. So the question now is whether Weier is telling the truth, and whether she is impressionable enough to have believed the existence of Slenderman that compelled her to join her friend to commit such a heinous act.
So we were walking, and then I had a total nervous breakdown and blamed Morgan for everything. I said, you stabbed her. You wanted to do this. Look at what Morgan did. And Morgan's not one to cry very often.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally she just let go and started crying. And then I just needed to vent because I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared. I was scared, A, for myself, and B, for my family, because after we left Peyton in the woods close to the marshy area that was nearby, she said, oh, and there was one thing I forgot to tell you. I kind of sort of made a deal with Slender, saying that if we didn't kill Bella, that he was either would or could kill our families and everything we love, and I don't want that to happen, so that's why I did this. And then I got really scared then and started speed walking and trying to get myself out of there. I even started
You guys are walking,
But yeah,
and
I have a nervous breakdown. And then Morgan finally starts crying, and then I stop crying to be the quote-unquote big sister that I am, because we're so close, we're like sisters.
okay.
So, I said stop crying. I laid down and there was a bunch of rocks close to the road. It was it's called a shoulder or something. So I was laying down there, and Morgan thought I was giving up and letting the hawks and everything go after me.
The hawks?
Yeah, we saw 10 hawks.
Okay. Okay.
So, I said, Morgan, stop crying. It's really cold down here. And I'm trying not to feel so hot, because, again, there was a river, right there, and we were here, but there was a bunch of mosquitoes last time we were near a river, that big, and we didn't want to risk being bit with, malaria and everything.
Is the highway, the interstate, still in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we kept walking, and then, we kept going straight until when I was still laying on the ground, I actually said, I've had enough of this. I want to call my mom. I want to go home. And Morgan said, if you do that, you'll spend your life in prison. Either that or be executed.
Why did you say that?
Because she told me that the consequences for murder were being murdered yourself, I believe.
When did she tell you that?
After I said I wanted to call my mom. Because there was also a nearby bar or something.
Okay.
So I said that I wanted to call my mom. She told me that I either spend my life in prison or be executed. So I got scared and started walking again, because I really don't want to.
From this side of the story, we're looking at an emphatic individual who was influenced by her friend, the internet, and the situation of her household. While she is an accessory to the stabbing, she was forced to hide this, and God knows how long she could go on without spilling the beans to her mother or to anyone. Geyser even told her that Slenderman would kill their families if the deed was unsuccessful, which is something many rituals have mentioned. According to some of the rituals we've read, and not believed in, if at any time the person violates the ritual, the Slenderman would bring them harsher cruelty than expected. And because Weier believed her quote-unquote sister, she went along with the failed plan. In this 2.5-hour-long interrogation, she also confessed to having some blood spatter on her sweater, so she consented to have that taken away for testing. Again, she was not injured, so the blood could only be of Lautner, which further confirms her involvement.
Okay. So in December and January, Morgan approaches you and says, she tells you that you should be proxies of Slender, or puppets. And you say, okay, well, how do we do that? And she says, well, we have to kill Bella, or Peyton, right? And this will prove ourselves to Slender.
And prove ourselves worthy.
Prove yourselves worthy to Slender. And what would that do for you? Does that get Slender to like you? Or to feel important?
Technically, if you're a proxy, you have to live in, supposedly you live in Slender Mansion and take orders directly from him.
So that'd be neat too? You would enjoy that, or you think that'd be kind of cool? Or at the time?
At the time it was really cool, but I wanted to prove all skeptics wrong.
Okay. Okay. So when she said that we have to kill Bella to prove ourselves worthy to Slender, you were surprised but excited at the same time to prove that he existed, to prove all the skeptics wrong. And And you feel as though in order to do this, you physically had to kill somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's what creepypastas are about.
Okay.
Even seemingly nice creepypastas, like Music Keeps Me Calm, are about killing.
And you know what happens when you kill somebody? Like physically, what happens to a person? Not legally, but like what would that do to you? Like, do you understand what it means to kill somebody? When you look at it from,
I believe it's ending a life. And I regret it.
Okay. And that's something you probably recognize today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen stories on the news about shootings in like Milwaukee and all that, but I never fully understood what it meant to kill somebody until now.
Until you saw it happening?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you could be able to physically do that now?
No.
And why is that?
Just I'm too nice of a person. I'm too nice and too squeamish.
Squeamish.
Like, I can stand blood if it's my own, but if I have to physically make someone else bleed for my personal gain, I won't do it. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Now, since this happened?
Yeah.
Now that we've been caught up with the facts through the tearful Anissa Weier, it's time to go back to Morgan Geyser and see how she fears the consequences, without showing that she fears the consequences.
So when do you think it was that you started talking about killing Peyton? You told me before December.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't my idea.
Was it Anissa's idea?
I think so, yeah.
She has been calling this a while.
Since December. She was my best friend since 4th grade.
Who was?
Peyton.
So why did you pick Peyton?
I didn't pick her.
Who picked her?
Whoever Anissa was talking about. She made it seem necessary, and I figured if it was necessary, then I would.
So the person that talked to Anissa told him who to do it?
Yep. It was more of a message. I don't know. She didn't go very in-depth.
So what else have you guys been doing to plan for this? Just talking about it? The two of you? Has anybody else known about it?
No.
So how did you know how to... what were you trying to do with her when you stabbed her?
Kill her. I might as well just say it. We were trying to kill her. I don't know why it was necessary that it was her, but it seemed very necessary.
The fact that she said that, I don't know why it was necessary, but it seemed necessary, suggests that she has no control over her own thoughts. She's being openly candid, and once again, exhibiting signs of the so-called flat effect.
So you ever play hide and seek?
Mm-hmm. Because normally we like playing hide and seek, because hide and seek's a fun game. I like hiding.
So and then Anissa jumped her?
Mm-hmm. She said Morgan now. Well, actually she said Kitty, because her code names for each other were Scorpion and Kitty. She was Scorpion because she tends to be aggressive, things like that.
So she said Kitty now, and what does that mean?
My name was Kitty because, well, I have 4 cats at home, and she says that I act like a cat sometimes.
This kitty trait was confirmed even by the correctional officers after her arrest, who claimed that Geyser talked to herself, pretended to be a cat, and kept ants as pets.
It didn't feel like anything. It was like air.
So she put the knife in your hand, and what'd you do?
Then I just continued to... You know what happened, didn't you? Didn't you?
I actually really don't. Somebody else is like her. They continued to stab her?
Mm-hmm. And then we decided that, and then Anissa said that it was enough, and then Bella was like, I can't see, and then I said, I'm sorry. this had to happen. And she was like, why? But I said that it was necessary. I can't explain why. Please don't cut off my head.
Nobody's gonna come.
By now, it's certain that Morgan is suffering from a psychosis episode where she stopped understanding what's real and what's not. The detective has picked up on this and is phrasing his responses and questions in a way that doesn't spook her or spark her symptoms.
I don't think that you're going to prison, because I don't think you're gonna rot and die there. We probably gotta have somebody talk to you and try to figure out what the best circumstances for you to make sure that you don't,
Watch that again and notice how quickly Geyser jumps after hearing the ringtone.
I don't think that you're going to prison, because I don't think you're gonna rot and die there. We probably gotta have somebody talk to you and try to figure out what the best circumstances for you to make sure that you don't,
This is her increased sensitivity to stimuli, which is part of her mental illness. From this interrogation, it's almost conclusive that she's dealing with schizophrenia and/or bipolar disorder. When she was booked later, correctional officers reported seeing her having continual conversations with Slenderman, after which she was moved to the Winnebago Mental Health Institute to see whether she was competent to stand for trial. After a year of explaining the law to Geyser, she was found competent. Geyser was charged with attempted first-degree homicide, and Weier was charged with attempted second-degree homicide. And even though Weier pleaded guilty, the jury found her not guilty by a mental disease or defect. The same thing happened with Geyser. Weier was sentenced to 25 years to life, involving at least 3 years in locked confinement and involuntary treatment in a state psychiatric institute, followed by communal supervision until age 37. However, Geyser was given a maximum sentence of 40 years to life, involving at least 3 years of locked confinement, in addition to involuntary treatment in a state psychiatric institute until complete resolution of symptoms or until age 53. She will remain under institutional care during her sentence. And ironically, when she was committed to the Winnebago Mental Health Institute, she was the youngest patient there. This was how two 12-year-olds committed second-degree homicide because of their fascination with the dark side of the web, and were found not guilty by reason of insanity.